My name is Sarah. I am a junior and I'm studying social work, and I was recently diagnosed with bipolar disorder. At first, that was a really scary diagnosis. There's a lot of stigma attached to being bipolar, and as much as it was scary, it made so much sense. I wouldn't sleep. I would sleep for 2 hours and then get up and I'd be like I had 6 cups of coffee. I had so much energy. I was talking so fast, and I didn't feel right. When I started learning about bipolar disorder, it made so much sense, and it made me feel like I have a reason for how I felt, and that was so great. And it was empowering to learn that there was a way to make me feel better by taking medication and learning some therapy tricks, and it made all the difference. It was so interesting. I felt like before I was bipolar, I had a lot of irrational thoughts. I didn't feel like I had any control over how I felt. A lot of times when I tell people I'm depressed, they ask me, what do you have to be depressed about? And that was always hard because I felt like I should have had this reason to being depressed. I felt like I needed to have this lavish story about how I got hurt or some traumatic experience, but nothing happened. All suddenly it was just my chemical levels in my brain changed. But when I was telling my friends that I was depressed, they would always be like, what are you depressed about? You go to a good school, you have food on your table, you have decent friends, why are you so sad? It was really hard. I had a lot of days where I felt disconnected. It took everything I had in me to go to class. I was so tired. It's hard because people don't know what depression feels like. And so they don't realize that, when you cancel plans on your friends, that's usually because you want to be disconnected from them. When you give up your lunch because you don't have an appetite, like that wasn't normal behavior, and that was because I was feeling depressed. I didn't have a reason other than having a chemical imbalance. But you know what? That's enough. That's all you need. I think it's important to realize that therapy and medication, it might seem scary at first. It might be hard to accept that you might need help, but you get better through treatment and medication. And I don't care what other people think about my depression because I had it, but I don't have it anymore. It's just part of my story. I believe people now when they say it gets better because it got so much better, and it's amazing. And I want people to know that, you might be at your darkest point, but there's always a light even if you can't find it. The most important thing I learned through my story is that you have to know when to ask for help. You have to take that chance and go talk to a therapist or go talk to your psychiatrist about getting medication. I know it's very scary because you have to accept that there's a problem, or that, you have to admit to yourself, yeah, I might be depressed or bipolar. But when you go get help, then you can start having those days where you don't feel depressed or you don't have a manic episode. And it's so worth it to feel like you have control again over your life, that things get better. And you shouldn't be afraid to ask for help because that's what's gonna make you feel better. And it is so worth it to have more days, happy days versus sad days. It changed my life.